Hello, my name is Thomas Wallington. Welcome to my channel, Starting Sober at 50. The reason why I created this channel was to tell my story, and maybe one person gets something out of this and can relate. I have 13 months sober. I'm happy about that. It's been a long, long road, all the way from the very beginning, from when I first started drinking until where I'm at right now. The process continues to go, and you run into obstacles along the way, but nothing was going to deter me this time from permanently not putting alcohol in my body anymore. I'm 51 years old. I can't remember how long it's been since I started drinking. It had to be sometime when I was about 14, maybe 13, when I actually actively started using alcohol. Where I came from, it was kind of everywhere. I mean, it was at barbecues, it was at family outings, it was holidays, it was everywhere. It was very accessible. And being a young kid, I wanted to be like the grown-ups. So I'd sneak around and I'd take little sips here and there. Didn't really like the taste of it, but after a couple hours of taking sips and everything, I started to feel this amazing feeling. That's the only way I can describe it. Was wow, this is really, everything, all my worries, everything has gone away. I don't have to stress. I kind of feel like I fit in with everybody now. These were some of the factors that contributed me to hitting the alcohol as hard as I did. I can't remember a time where I was actually actively sober for a substantial period of time. This is probably the second longest. I think back in 2008, I had managed to get about 14 months of sobriety before something happened, and I used whatever happened as an excuse to, hop back in the bar and, start like where I never left off. I think this last time, things really started to scare me. I started to feel like I'm going to die. It was reality. My sobriety, I started this time for a second time. I started February 9th, 2018. It was very surreal. I remember waking up in that morning and I felt horrible. I know I'd been drinking hard the day before, and I felt, like I didn't want to feel like that anymore. My whole body hurt. I slept maybe 2 hours. I started feeling very shaky, uneasy, very irritable. I felt sick. I felt like my whole body was being destroyed. And I continued to let it happen. There was things leading up to that that I probably should have stopped drinking at that point, but I was at the point of no control. No one was going to tell me to, hey, you're not looking too good, or whatever. I didn't want to hear anything like that. I was always the one that wanted to be in control. I was very selfish, manipulative, and it had gone on for so long. I liked being the party kid. I liked being that kid that, growing up, even going through high school and everything, that, yeah, Tom knows where the party's at. Let's cook up some kind of scheme to get to this party, make it a party. And, what I used to do is, find out whose parents weren't going to be, in town that weekend or something like that. Spread the word around, people start to talk. Oh, wow, there's a place we can go hang out and party. That was the norm, like we did it all the time. But as I got older, things really took a dramatic change, especially the time when I served in the military from 1986 to 1992. I started drinking the times that I had off, that the other guys were off. We used to go to clubs, and we would do stuff like that, and it just became, repetitious. I was 18 years old when I went in the military. Most of my friends were over 21. Now, being in the United States at the time when I was stationed in Georgia, just because, you were in the military didn't give you the right to drink unless you were 21. Now, I felt that there was something seriously wrong with that, because if I can fight for my country and I can die for my country, just like everybody else that's in the military with me, I should be able to drink. I should be able to be that adult that, that they are. I felt like that was one of my privileges for going in and into the military was, it was, I wanted to be treated like everybody else, and I wasn't. And I accept that. And all the mistakes that I've made along the way throughout my life, I take full responsibility for. No one else did it. No one put a gun to my head and said, hey, you better drink right now. Everybody else is doing it. If you don't drink, something bad's going to happen to you. I could have been that one guy. Now I wish I was actually that one guy. Say, yeah, that's not for me. You guys do your thing, whatever. It's not me. What you're seeing right now is you're seeing the real me now. After, I'm 51 years old. You're seeing the real me. And there's a lot of stuff that has happened to me during this whole process to where I'm at in life right now. Sometimes it's hard to talk about. It's really hard to talk about. And like I said, I take full responsibility for that. And now it's just kind of, continuing to do the right things, continuing to make positive choices, continuing to be a good husband. I have to do these things. I mean, not for everyone else, but for me. Because if I'm not doing myself any justice, I'm just putting on a charade for everybody else. And that's not what I want to come across as some character. Back when I was a kid, it was cool. Everyone was like, thought it was funny, thought I was popular, thought the girls liked me. That was a big thing. I was an attention whore. I liked the attention. Whatever I could do to get attention, I was going to get it. And alcohol played a huge part. It was like my best friend, because I knew when I had a little bit of a buzz going on, I could do crazy shit and people would be like, wow, this is so funny. I wish I could be like this. No, they don't wish they could be like that. Trust me. I think that they're liking it, but I know deep down in their heads, they're probably like, this guy's a real asshole. He doesn't even know he's an asshole, but he is. I mean, look at him. Look what he's done. Come on. So there's a whole process. I'll get more into that as, my videos, start to digest, and this is therapeutic to me as well. But a lot's happened. You'll hear more and more of what brought me to making my decision to not drink alcohol anymore. There was a time, there were several times I could have passed away that my wife was told by doctors that there's a good chance I wasn't going to make it. And that still didn't prevent me from stop drinking right after I got out of the hospital, or right after I got out of rehab, or right after I got out of a detox, or right after I got out of a psych unit. There's so many stories. There's so many things I want to share. Just don't have enough time in this video right now alone. If you like this channel that I started, subscribe and, give it a thumbs up. If you like it, comment below. And I'll keep making these videos. This is my first one, so it's a little weird. I'm not used to sitting here talking to myself. That's kind of a weird thing, but I'm a weird person, so deal with it. Well, until next time, you guys all have a great day. I also wanted to throw out this number for anyone that's in trouble, that's looking to harm themselves or harm others, or thinking suicidal thoughts. The numbers for the National Suicide Hotline, which I'll be posted in this video. That number is 1-800-273-8255. It's a crisis line. I suggest, if you have any feelings or thoughts of not wanting to be here anymore, or doing some damage, please give that line a call. I've used it. I'm not embarrassed to say it. It saved me for that period of time, which is good. But until next time, thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Smash that subscribe button. Peace.